Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make a custom skid plate for the STI. Stay tuned. Now, I've never made a skid plate before, but it seems kind of simple. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a template. So what we've done is taped together two pieces of Bristol board to roughly measure the same as a piece of aluminum we have in the shop. We're going to cut and trim to make this fit under the STI. I've already done a few small measurements, and we'll form it up, put some bends in it, just make sure everything lines up. Then we'll put that down on the piece of aluminum in the shop and use the new metal brake that we bought to form the metal. Then we're going to take a look at how it's going to fit, mock it up, and then paint it. So down here under the car, you can see that the oil pan actually sits below, or just about the same level, I should say, as the front cross member. So it is pretty susceptible to impacts, and we want to make sure that we're protecting that. Also, from the last video, I forgot to mention we did fix the lighting wiring. Not sure if I 100% like this. We might actually go underneath. I was just worried that the bumper was going to get ripped off. So after taking some detailed measurements, what we kind of figured out is we're going to basically cut in about 10 inches from the leading edge, because it's going to start sloping down, and I marked the center over there for where the attachment point is going to be to the subframe directly behind the oil pan. And it should be nice and strong, but when you start bending metal, you have to account for a little bit of, I guess, shrinkage would be the right word. But what we're going to do is get the front kind of cut out first, and then taper it towards the back, and then figure out how we're going to do that attachment. Okay, so we have our marks done now on where the taper is going to happen, and all we got to do is cut it now, and then we're going to try it on the car. Okay, so we got the template all done. It's been folded, and we got everything marked that we need to. So what we're gonna do is take this old piece of aluminum, clean it up, cut it on the bandsaw, and then bend it. Okay, so we got the skid plate all cut up and in the brake to give the first bend. The first bend is to get below where the oil pan is gonna go. So all we gotta do is give it a slight bend, and then we're gonna take it up and try it. Let's go try it. So the next bend is we gotta get past where the oil pan is, and then we're gonna kick up again, then come flat so we can bolt it onto the subframe. Okay, so we got it all bent up. Found a few limitations of our brake just in terms of size and capacity, but yeah, it's a bash plate, smash plate, skid plate, skid plate. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it up now. Start marking where the holes are gonna be, and finish up. Okay, so I just figured out everything I just built on the skid plate is wrong. Went to take a couple bolts here. I'll show you. My plan had been to go to these two bolts right here behind the oil pan to give the skid plate a little bit more of a form to it and make it stronger. What I actually need to do is to go to these two nut certs here. Now, because of that, I now have a skid plate that's too short. So I need to redo this entire thing. So in editing the video, I realized I didn't summarize what happened that much with the skid plate. Originally I was going to go to 2 bolts that were existing on the subframe, and when I started taking them off, the nut certs inside the subframe started spinning. So I knew that I just wasn't going to be able to get enough torque on those to adequately secure the skid plate. Then I noticed as well there's some threaded holes already on the subframe, so why not use those? And then I got thinking as well, if I extend it just a little bit further, I can protect the transmission too. So long story short, I don't have enough materials here, therefore this is gonna have to be a part 2. Learned a lot though today by doing the bending on the metal brake. Never really done that before, not to that scale, so really enjoyed learning that, and we're going to employ that in the new version of this, which is going to be even awesomer. More awesome? Better. How about that? Anyways, thanks again for watching this video. There will be a second part. We will make this work. It's not a failure if you learn something. Until then, like, subscribe, and comment, and have a great week.